Afternoon, good evening to wherever you are out there in the world. I hope you are having a good day. This is Coffee with Wes. I am Wes from here at Rich New Design, and joining me, as always, it's Will Dick from the Art of Floundering podcast.
Good morning.
I
Peace and love, man.
Peace and love, peace and love. It's a Monday friggin' morning.
That's
It's a
right.
Monday friggin'
That's
morning,
right.
and we are attacking another week. Hey, I bet that's a notification that I'm live. We are attacking another week here. We are attacking another week. Having some more coffee. Just gonna see where life takes us. How are you looking forward to a positive week? Do you
Yeah.
have positive things? I need positive things to think about this morning.
Well, I just, it's the usual your thoughts dictate moods, but yeah, I mean, it's almost 4th of July. It's summer's going by pretty quick. I mean, the
It can't.
Olympics are right around the corner. We got good content. You guys got the Friday show. Looking forward to that. Looking
That's
forward
gonna
to
be
seeing
fun.
what Allie brings, man. And so I mean, like I said, I got Friday where I can watch you guys do your thing, which I dig, and then got Gary's on Saturday. What else do you need? Weed, and that's it.
Weed, and everybody could use a little more Andy Gambino in their life.
Andy, what's up,
Everybody,
man?
welcome
Happy
Andy
Monday.
Gambino.
Right, thank you, boys. You did say
How's it going?
positivity, so here I am, the personification of positivity.
That's
There we
you
go.
are you are ahead of us in the day. And Mark's gas station, peace and love. Welcome
Peace and
out
love,
there.
Mark.
Good to see you, Mark. Hope you're having a great day. Andy, you're ahead of us in this Monday. You've absorbed more of it. It's the early afternoon for you. Tell me it's a good fucking day.
It's a beautiful day.
Right
It's a
on.
beautiful day.
Yes, that's what we
The
needed.
sun is shining, blue skies. I'm in a chipper mood, and I've got
Wow.
my coffee, so everything is good so far.
Right on,
Everything
man.
is good. So don't add the qualifier in there. No, just everything is good.
Everything
No,
is good. Full stop.
full stop right there. No qualifiers past there. No, we're gonna start this week off with some positive energy. We've got a lot of good things in the works here, and it's a little warm. Now
Yeah.
today is going to be one of those mowing the yard days
Oh,
because it's only going to
jeez.
be
Okay.
well.
You're gonna be wiped
We're
out.
starting early, right? Well, before the sun is super hot, right? You've got to do
Well,
it
the
once.
grass is wet. You can't get out there,
Oh,
especially with as long as I let it get because it's been so high.
mm.
I've got to get out there and I've got to wait till early afternoon. But today is only going to be in the 80s, possibly getting 80s feel like low 90s as opposed to 90 feeling like 100 like it was for the last
Yeah.
week. But it's going to be mowing day. It's actually a peaceful thing. It's actually the only thing that ever bothers me. Is an intruder. You have an
My cat,
intruder? Is it?
she's decided to wake up always just when I'm about to do something or say something.
Well, you have that effect on pussy. That's why
I
they
do.
they
She
just
doesn't
got
like. She doesn't like the heat either.
no,
There's
no.
nothing. There's nothing worse than a hot pussy.
It's early Monday. I'm really not. I'm gauging where do we go with these jokes. I don't have a problem with them, but
Hey,
we don't have any viewers. It's okay.
yeah.
We're gonna do
Well, I was
whatever we
gonna,
want.
so if memory serves me, you're gonna be pretty wiped out after this, right, Wes? I mean, after you mow the lawn in this heat, or have you gotten used to it now?
The heat doesn't. Since I've been in better shape, the heat doesn't bother me nearly as
Mm-hmm.
much. Now when it's in the 90s and the index has got it up at 100, I can't. That's too much. But the biggest problem is
Right,
going to be,
right.
and I've already gone through it once this morning after walking the dog outside, is doing a tick check with my hair.
Oh,
Is
good.
making sure. Oh, ticks are terrible
Do
around
they?
here
Do
and
they?
everything.
Don't they
So
burrow into your head and stuff? Ticks. Don't
yes,
they like
they
burrow into your
really they
skin?
burrow their head into you.
Do,
You have to light a match, get it, put it out, burn the back of their body. That
that's old
causes them to
school.
On your
recoil.
head.
That's
On your
old
head.
school.
My
On
God.
your
Yeah,
head.
did
Well, you
now?
don't.
Do you have to worry about like tick and Lyme disease there? Do you have to worry about? That's always my biggest fear is getting that. You know.
Yes, but when you look at the percentages,
Right.
you have to. It's such a low percentage. It does happen. I knew a guy that got deer tick Lyme disease. He had the problem. He shaved his head from that point on. He was not going in the woods with any hair on his head, and it is a problem. And they get everywhere. They get everywhere, and
Well, what
I
scares
don't always
me
use the match. I just yank and leave the head inside, and so it gets a little gross. But
is
what
when
scares
when
you?
it really progresses. You know, people they do the crazy shit, right? But they think they're sane, but they're like, they're running downtown nude or whatever it is, and
I
they'll
live
find
my
out.
life that way. That's
Wes
how I
Wes
live.
is already
Yeah.
doing that. Yeah.
Oh. But yeah,
No.
that's always gonna be my excuse. Hey, it's not me. I got tick and Lyme disease.
Didn't I hear? I don't want to get political, but I'm not going to let. But there's JFK, the crazy one. Didn't
Yeah.
you just report that he had like fucking worms in his brain or something?
I
Like,
think I heard that bullshit a while
Yeah.
ago.
I
but
only recently heard it, and I thought, well, that makes sense then. But
you
yeah,
Caught it
how'd
from
you
a
get
hooker.
worms? How'd you get fucking worms in your brain anyway? I mean, Jesus.
the
Caught it
aliens.
from a hooker. He's a killer.
Came down.
You know, there's a dead hooker involved if it's
Yeah.
Kennedy.
Dead
He caught
hooker.
it.
Okay.
He caught it.
Yeah.
Well, they don't keep those alive. The Kennedys. You don't remain a Kennedy leaving
That's right.
hookers alive.
Freeze
You
dry
get
them,
rid of
don't
the
they, or
bodies.
something? Yeah.
They dump them in rivers. They crash cars. It's things they
Christ.
do. It's just
Uh,
too many pills. Maryland took too many pills. It's not a problem.
Force fed them, I heard.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Could have been. Could have been. It was that tag team, there was no coming back politically if that video got out of Bobby. And,
Shit.
it was just
Yeah.
wasn't going
man.
to work out for him.
Well, what can you say?
All right, everybody. Andy,
Yes, sir.
what
Yes, sir.
what do you have? Is there anything, and not YouTube bullshit in life? What do you have going on today? This week?
Well,
What
I've just
what are you
posted.
looking forward to?
I've just posted my postal vote.
Ooh, you're one of those vote from home guys, huh?
Well, I just can't be asked going to the fucking polling station. So I'm not going to go there with the great unwashed. I will post my vote.
The great unwashed. Hey, we are working on ratings today, everybody. I love that. That's welcome. Feel welcome here at Rich New Design with
Yeah.
Snobby Andy across the pond.
Yeah, postal vote's just so much easier. I have a post box just across the road from me, so I just put my cross on who I'm voting for, and our election is on the 4th of July, which is a bit
Oh,
ironic
that,
in a way, right? Independence
that-
Day and all that. Yeah.
Is that taking a shot at us, or is it? I mean, it's
no,
nice that you're thinking
it's
about
just
us.
the incompetence and of the Conservative Party, the ruling party at the moment. They probably didn't. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on with them betting on the election date. The people that actually set the election date went and started betting on when the election date was going to be, and they've just been found out. It's just been discovered that they were betting on something they already knew.
Well,
There's a lot of shit going
that
on.
makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot. And July 4th, it makes you guys just seem thirsty. It's like you miss us. It's like you're picking dates that matter to us.
Well, no, we forget about 4th of July. We forget about what happened. Oh, the independence side, because we're busy, voting for a corrupt
Right.
party in this country. So
corrupt party that's going to lead
Right.
you to isolation. I like the way you guys are isolating.
What can I say?
Danpro's out there. Cheers. Good morning.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers,
everybody. And
Danpro.
840 show out there. And Mark's. No, I just love that. And so you guys are as messed up as, you're not as messed up as we are here.
No,
And-
I don't think there are very few countries as messed up as you guys, but we are pretty messed up. Yeah, we
Now,
are. Pretty
the
messed up.
people running for office in your country, are they required to be geriatric fools like we have here?
Not
Or-
well, some of them, yeah, but not all of them. But some of them are pretty old, and they're kind of the old guard, as I say. But yeah, I think the average age is about 50, so it's not that old, I guess.
50?
You guys have got guys that are like in their 70s, right?
We don't let you run.
70
if you
feels
can't
young.
walk. If you're not
Yeah.
walking with a little bit of a hobble as you're going, we're not going to let you
And
run
if you
here.
if you freeze on camera for a few minutes, that's
Yeah.
acceptable as well.
That's acceptable. Everybody's got a grandpa, or at least one they've heard of or something, and so I think they're going for that.
Yeah.
No, the oligarchy can't have anyone that's too sharp running. They
Yeah.
can't have any of that. We're
Yeah.
on a, and so if you've got one old Phoebe in one party, you got to have an old Phoebe in the other party.
I think
kind
it's
of
only
running.
fair. Yeah.
That's
Bill,
why.
Bill Hicks used to do this bit where he said, you get elected president of the United States and you go somewhere in Texas to this basement and there's this dark room and they throw up a film of the Kennedy assassination, but from a totally different angle. and at the end of it, so what's my agenda? Yeah.
Yeah.
The camera
Gemma.
angle from the grassy knoll.
From
Yeah,
the knoll,
that
I
was
was
what-
thinking. I was thinking that as well. Yeah, it's from the grassy knoll, of course.
Peace and love, Gemma. Gemma's journey, Grace. And right here, I want to mention the Art of Floundering. Nightbot
yeah.
has dropped the link out there. If anybody wants to drop their link in the chat, #awesome. AWESOME. That'll get your link dropped. You can get connected to other people that you're not
Don't forget
connected
the
to.
E in awesome.
You can't spell awesome without Wes unless you've gone to an American school, and then chances are you're gonna misspell
Potato,
awesome. That's
you
just
know.
fucking people, man.
Well, Will, I keep seeing your shows appearing and then disappearing. Will.
Was this last night?
Yeah, another one. Yeah, because I go and it's just a grey box with little 3 dots.
Yeah, I tried to do something last night and the microphone fell off. And
Oh.
so
Jesus.
so I
Christ.
decided, well, we'll just, some other time. Just
Oh,
call it a-
okay.
yeah.
Are you just testing stuff out now then?
Well, I
mean,
sort of,
apart from
kind of,
the-
but
Yeah.
I want to get kind of a rhythm going. But it's
got you.
it's weird anyway. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I'm just curious
Gosh.
as to whether you were being, you said something untoward or something. That's why you removed it.
Oh no. It was like right in the middle of the thing. I mean, right when I started, it's like,
Oh, jeez,
like,
man.
hey, no string.
See,
guys.
I always figure those are always the real late at night ones.
Yeah.
They're always the ones where it's just you and you're in rare form
Right.
with the guitar and you're doing the stream of consciousness thing. And I always assume at the end, because you delete those things afterwards.
Yeah.
I assume at the end you're just like, oh, fuck that. And I just
Delete.
hit the delete or something.
Yeah.
That's
No, I'm gonna. I've kept the last couple up there. I'm gonna keep them up there. 'Cause
Yeah,
what
man.
The fuck,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
balances
they're
out the
entertaining.
puppets.
Oh,
Oh.
he's got the best damn podcast. I mean,
I got ghosted again, man. From another fuck. I mean,
What?
But you're the one that goes on these. Was it another one of these apps?
It was
Are you
fake.
go-
Yeah,
it was-
it was like Facebook or some shit. It was like I forgot I signed up, and it's like, hey, why don't you just blah blah blah? And then she asked me what my hobbies were, and then I
Oh, God. All right. Well, yeah, enough said. Sorry, is this a dating site? Is this a dating site? Are we talking
yeah
here?
yeah Facebook dating. I forgot
Oh.
I'd signed up for it, because I don't get notifications, but I was on my phone and
Yeah.
I went to go home and I'm like, holy shit, I got a notification or something, and then I told her, I said, hey, look, I don't get notifications, so I have an idea. Why don't you check this out? And if you think this is something that's cool, then send me a friend request. We get to know each other. And said block,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dear.
Hey,
That's
man.
unfortunate.
Oh,
It
God.
is.
Oh.
It's. There's a couple out there that they just know we're here. But there's hope, because there's like a couple people I've met that actually are okay with this.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
that's good.
but-
They're the
Not that-
people you want, right?
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
people you want. Yeah.
You'd have to be with somebody that's okay with this kind of comedy. This
Yeah.
that would have to be. Gemma is going to be recording a video for tomorrow
Yes.
called "Highly Sensitive Person and Autism." Gemma dropped her link, anybody who is not connected to Gemma, please do me a favor. Click on that link. Go over there. Watch a video, at least 3 minutes, and click on that like, subscribe. Let's help everybody out. Let's be good to one another out there. And I also want to say good morning to Shelly Michelle Morrison. Peace and love to you. Love seeing you out here.
It is nice to see. I hope you're doing well, even though you're on the pot.
Hope you are doing well. Oh, we're all on
the
pot.
Well, I mean, we
are we all
make
on the pot?
For some, right?
It's early morning. Are we all on the pot?
Not yet. I will
not
be.
Consumed anything yet. Yeah.
You know,
I only had half of a joint earlier. Right
I'd
before
expect
the
you
show.
to have at least something, even if it's.
This is actually my first cup of coffee of the day.
Oh.
This is literally. I am doing that. Oh, and I haven't. Let me do this. Maxwell House. There we go. I just wanted to pose Maxwell House. I'm gonna really. I figure Maxwell House. If anybody's gonna
eventually, you'll get a sponsor from them, surely, just to show you.
Well, and that's what I'm aiming for. Not one of these. Oh, look at our neat name. Oh, we've got rifle in our name. Oh, we're this death coffee. You know.
Yeah.
Whatever your overpriced shit is, Maxwell House is what's bringing it. I don't. Quit fucking using the consumer. This is caffeine. It's an addictive product. It should all come. What was the Repo Man? It should all come in a fucking white can with a brand X and just some coffee across it. That's what it should. Because it's this. But again, people are manipulated. It's one of those things. Marketing works. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, even Maxwell Health, they do a lot of advertising themselves, of course. I mean, in fact, Maxwell Health was probably the biggest brand in the UK when I was a kid in the 70s. You know.
And it has that staying power. It wasn't, it wasn't until the Reagan years when things went to shit with coffee too. I really think it was about that time too. We started bottling water again. We started, let's come up with different kind of coffees and all that. And it wasn't, I'm going to a diner and having coffee with a friend. Oh, there's coffee houses. We're going to jack the prices up and do this. No,
put all sorts of crap inside it as well.
I like to personally look back at the 80s as a transformative time. And most of the charts that you look at, that's when whatever positive line, whatever correlation, everything just skews on all charts in all directions after the Reagan years. It's a beautiful thing.
I would say Thatcher years as well, because it was the same time.
Well, Thatcher, that bitch was there at the same time.
And
the Iron Lady was,
transformed the world.
It gave people like you the phrase "the unwashed" walking around like you. I could tell what generation you're from.
I was referring to the Conservative Party who actually did say, Boris Johnson did say, I'm not getting on the bus with the great unwashed. He didn't want to get on the bus with
I would not be shocked at anything Boris Johnson said. You guys, that was another, American thinks they can do it. Watch what we can do here. And you pull out Boris Johnson. It really was. I was waiting for them to start putting on pancake makeup and just make it all a bozo show. Because
what a pathetic loser, lying motherfucker he was.
Tell us how you really feel, Andy. Tell us how you really feel.
Well, it's proven he's a complete liar and lied to the government, the Parliament. He lied to everyone. And we've had like six prime ministers, in like 6 years.
Yes.
Same party.
Yeah.
I mean, they've just been incompetent. Now they're just screwing themselves even more now. I mean, I think they just, they know they're going to lose this election. So they're just, in fact, plenty of them are saying, we're not going to win this one. You would normally never say that, but they just accepted the fact now they're going to lose.
Is your only hope if Europe will embrace you again and pull you in and just lift you back up?
I think we want to get back into at least trading or doing something, because with this, we're on our knees financially, this country now. If we can get back into into trading, and also free movement. We used to be able to, your kids could go to Europe on holiday on the Euro train and stuff. You have to jump through hoops and shit now.
Really?
Yeah,
That
we used to have free movement, from UK to anywhere. We didn't even have to show our passports. Now,
it involved work as well. You were able to work anywhere
Yeah.
within the UK
Yeah.
and not have a problem.
Yeah.
It was I remember or the EU. I apologize for that. I remember hearing all the differences with and what I really paid attention because it was when they were saying what all we will lose if Brexit, becomes a reality if we do leave the union. So
Well,
it's
yeah, and it was a lie from the start. That's the thing. It was a lie from the start. We got screwed over. The Conservative Party they had a bus saying we're going to get 350 million pounds to the National Health Service and all this type of stuff if we leave. But we didn't get any of that. And it was predominantly people who didn't like immigrants or people over the age of 60 voted to leave generally.
Yeah.
That's kind of
it was such a bold move. It was one of those, just like the 2016 election.
Yeah,
it,
shock.
It was
Big
just kind of.
shock.
It's like burn
Really?
it down to the
Really?
ground kind of move,
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, what are we doing,
Yeah.
And to be honest, most of my life that has kind of been my. If you're looking at fixing this is a Tobacco Road situation. Just burn it all down. Just burn it all down and start over again because it's not going to work out. We need
hope.
that comment. Hey, let's hear it for positivity on a fucking Monday.
Well,
We just,
I mean, we still the comment. We need that comment.
Yeah.
I just hit the
Which
comment.
one, the one
I
to
went to
hit
that.
us, or the one to get our coins and our Nikes on?
I think all we need is a glancing blow, a good glancing, maybe not even a direct blow, just enough of a shift to fuck the oceans up enough to really, a year or two of a no summer and most of the population's gone. And then if we can recover, that's great. We all need to move underground. We'll be doing that soon. It's just whether it's to escape the environment or AI. I don't know which it'll be.
Don't escape AI. Embrace AI.
Well, I do. I do. I am a fucking proponent for
know.
AI. I'm ready to. It's the only mind that I actually believe.
I'm
in.
ready to have my brain transplanted into some computer. There you go. And then just leave me to cause all sorts of chaos.
Whole series of stories, and I can see them as movies. I started to write a novel, and I can't write a novel. I see everything in my head. I see it as a movie. Everything I end up writing ends up being a screenplay.
I can't. Right, yeah.
So a book is so difficult for me because all the dialogue is there. And so I'm coming up with all the and you're not putting all that in a book. So
a script, there has to be a movie script then, doesn't it? Really?
Well, that's what I've been doing. But I've got this and it involves a guy who downloads his brain into a computer and everything, and it's it's
That's cool.
and a whole series of them, because the one leads to it. He does that, and then you're 300 years later, he wakes up to himself. He's the title of it is The 18th Copy. It's chances of me actually finishing it and all that other stuff. I don't give a shit if I give any of it away. The 18th Copy. He's awoken by himself, and he's a monster. He's turned into a monster. The one that awakens him is the original one who keeps downloading new copies because he figures he's the only one that he knows and trusts. They're aboard a space station he's gonna destroy mankind here in a bit. That's his plan, and so this new one who's been brought about to help him and all that there's a self-destruct and in him built into the body, all this other stuff, so the other guy can kill him whenever he wants. He has to stop him and all that, but then won't he become a monster? Isn't that what's going to happen? Because that was what happened when he and so you've got the whole series. You got the origin story, how it began, all those other things, and just moving forward from there. Because it took time for him to take over the planet, and that wasn't his goal. His goal was to help humanity. So, but his
That's
actions.
always the case, isn't it?
It's always the case.
They
So,
start off
Anthony.
with good intentions.
But you know what, Wes? What I found, and I stumbled into this,
Anthony,
but when it's like a screenplay or whatever, that lends itself to comics pretty well. to be honest with you, because
Mm.
it's
It
like
does.
short, kind of like whatever. I don't know. I wish people do people even read anymore? I mean, and I don't mean that
Mm.
as a slam, because I
No.
notice I don't, because it requires
Concentration.
just such well, you're focusing on one thing in a
Yeah.
world where we're just so I
The-
listen to books while I edit and I do other
Yeah.
stuff,
Well, that's good. We're learning
Yeah.
to be. Men are learning to be multitaskers, which we
Yeah.
wouldn't. There's
But I
always that
mean, I
argument.
listen
We
to
weren't
books exclusively
multitaskers
now.
before.
Well, it's always. I mean, yeah, I always hear it from, and not being sexist, but I probably by saying that I am being sexist. But
Everyone assumes you are, Andy. Just
yeah.
continue.
Well, there you go. But women can multitask. That's always been something I always hear. Well, women can multitask. Men can only focus on one thing. That's what I've always been told or hear. That's what I hear a lot. But I multitask. I mean, I do about 4 or 5 different goddamn things at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's a generalization, I guess. But yeah. But yes.
Do you read?
Nope.
Do you read?
I used to. I haven't. I read
Yeah, that's the
manuals
thing.
occasionally, and shit
I
like
mean, I
that.
used to read all the time, but
But not literature and not fiction books or any kind of. I think the last book I read, would have been like, if I'm honest, a book. I probably last time I read an actual book from start to finish would probably be sometime in the 80s.
okay.
That's how long it was.
Last actual book I read probably is almost as long as that. It would have been 90s.
Yeah.
I got into reading Dean Koontz. I started to read Dean Koontz
awesome.
and everything. So
Watchers and all that.
I enjoyed all of that work and everything with Dean Koontz. I should change this so let me change this setting. But I was in an airport. I had a long flight, a 4-hour flight, and I'm gonna do this so that it won't. That way, when you turn the camera, I've got it set now.
He doesn't
it won't,
disappear.
drop you down.
Yeah.
I'm in the airport and I'm wanting to get something to read on the plane, and I did not know what the book. It was a new Dean Koontz, Soul Survivor.
Okay.
It's about a fucking plane crash.
You're reading that on the plane?
I'm reading this, and I already just have to release. I have the sweaty palms. I had to fly all the fucking time.
Yeah.
But every takeoff was always the same. Just kind of, all right, sweaty palms. Let me sit and just relax. And if I die, I die. Here we go.
You ain't gonna feel
I
it.
have to.
You ain't gonna feel anything. Yeah.
Well, I hope. there were some scary flights, but it was Soul Survivor, Dean Koontz. I give the same answer you do. I read manuals. I read science stories. I read different things like that in the news when they come out.
Yeah.
I used to read more news. Anymore, I try to stay more positive. But manuals, tech manuals, things like that.
When you're
technology
geeks
coming out.
and nerds like us, that's kind of what you read. Gemma's saying, Gemma's saying, Andy, I can only do one thing at a time. I think it's a myth that women can. Well, it's usually women that tell me that they can multitask and men can't. Right?
Women like to claim a lot. I'm not gonna.
Don't go there.
I was gonna head down and it was. I'm not a misogynist. I'm not a sexist. So it would be for comedy's sake, and I don't want to.
I know, and most of our audience are women in the chat at the moment. So
pole vault. Well, pole vault's here. That'll scare off the women.
Well, who
pole
knows?
Vault is here, so
Pole vault was streaming with a puppet last night, man. I was watching that. That was it was interesting.
What kind of puppet?
It was a panel, but he was interacting with a little puppet. It was it was nice. It was nice to see.
Oh, sweet.
Was he on ham radio? Was it they were all doing something. Chad Freeman, ham radio, his live.
Yeah.
I was watching. I don't. Because of my situation, I don't type in others' chats anymore.
Right,
I go out and
You look.
So I was over there. I got over there, and there was some video playing. It was one of Pole Vault's songs. Oh, cool. When I went to Pole Vault's, and it actually the video it had Pole Vault. It showed ham radio and some other stuff. I wasn't sure what all was going on. It was It was a really neat. But I stuck around, and I made sure and gave the like on pole vaults, and then went over to Chad Freeman's. But I can't comment anymore.
Well,
Well,
no,
what I
not yet.
do is because
Anyway,
when I edit and stuff, I feel bad because I'm listening, but I'm doing something else, and I'll comment a little, but I can't keep up. You know what I mean? I can't keep up. I
I
got to
have
get
a
a
hard
voice to
time.
text thing.
I have a hard time editing while I'm
Not sound.
doing other stuff.
It'll be pictures.
I have to stay into even Photoshop.
Right.
I would have I can listen to music. I can listen to music, but
Yeah.
I can't concentrate enough because I'm thinking so much. I'm just into what I'm doing. I can't.
Right.
And a lot of times I won't even listen to music. I'm a weirdo that I don't even turn the radio on when I'm driving.
Oh.
I just
Since my surgery, I spend more time. This is weird, but since the surgery, I spent a lot of time in quiet. Like I won't no radio, no TV, hours on end. Drove my mom crazy when we went to we an hour drive there and back. I didn't really say anything. But that's just it's just like I get lost in my own thoughts. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Well,
I
I'm
live in
able
my
to
head a
think
lot of the
clearly,
time.
but yeah, it's weird. I mean,
I get lost in my thoughts and then I talk to myself, and
do you really?
I come up with I'll come up with songs. I'll sing and hum different things
yeah.
if I come up with a phrase but oh yeah, blah blah blah, and I know I do it. I know I do it, and I've actually in traffic. There's let's see, what was it? Beat my meat in the summer heat. That'd be real neat. Make me happy. Beat my. And I remember I was down in Florida. I can remember where I was in traffic when I came up with this little jingle about beat my meat in the summer heat. It was, that's what I do when I drive.
Have you played that to bass? Have you played that on the bass?
I've never written music for that one. That was actually. That might have been 20 years ago I did that.
You should resurrect that. You should erect that.
It's how did it? And when I'm done, towel me off. That's how that and when I'm done, towel me off. Yeah, it kind of had that feel.
Yeah, man, I like it. I want to hear more.
2 hours with my hand in that puppet is like totally sweaty. It's
that's
2 hours is a long time.
Yeah, I switch puppets
yeah.
fast, man. I don't. Yeah.
I got notification that that Frank is out for delivery.
Hey.
I thought it wasn't going to be here
today?
till tomorrow. I think
Today.
Frank is fucking A. Frank is.
Are you going to do an unboxing video? You could do one of them.
I suppose I could. I
Sure.
suppose I could.
Yeah.
I did an unboxing video for these mugs. These Bitcoin Cointelegraph was a news outlet for cryptocurrency. Probably still is. I don't know. It was before I was applying for a job. When I first started Rich New Design, it was the first thing I had done. That was one of the first jobs that I had applied for, was to run all these, do graphics for them and some other things along those lines. And so I threw together some shorts. And I started going to their live stream they would have, where these four guys were talking about the industry.
Yeah.
And over the course of the next several weeks, I didn't get the job, but over the course of the next several weeks, I see as everything's just going to hell in the Bitcoin, all the depression on these guys that were doing these live streams and everything.
Yeah.
And this will be my last week. No, I'm going back to work over here. And it was really sad to watch all these.
Yeah.
Because this is kind of, I mean, it's a technology, but you're gambling. This is such a fucking Ponzi. It really, there's no value. They want.
So you never got into Bitcoin yourself, then, no?
Oh, I've made Bitcoin purchases. I understand I understand the concept of the blockchain and blockchain technologies and
Yeah.
everything along those lines.
Yeah.
Some of the tech stuff I did bother to read back when that came out.
Yeah.
I've cashed in. I actually, off of profits years ago that I'd forgotten about that I had, I was able
Cool.
to buy seeds from Nirvana Seed Company
Wow.
for
Brilliant.
the last time I grew. But now it's such a gamble, and when you watch what happens, it's easy to see that these large holdings, they just move the market in a direction, allow everybody else to jump on in that
Yeah,
direction,
yeah.
and then just cash out, and everybody else, it's to watch just these blips happen as they kept taking everybody's money as it was going down, and it's there's a lot of manipulation when it,
And a
it
lot of
comes to
banks,
that.
a lot of banks who kept saying, "Oh no, Bitcoin's just a flash in the pan." It's on. They've invested so much in it. They own so much Bitcoin. These big banks,
Well,
they don't
and
admit it, but they do.
Justine, good morning. Good morning. I hope you are doing well. I hope everybody
morning,
out there's doing
Justine.
well. Hope you're all having
The
your
real
coffee
Justine, is it?
now.
As opposed to the
The
fake
real
one?
Justine. Well, the fake one.
I've never met the
again,
fake one, but
I don't know
No,
whether
but
or
the
not
real
to
one.
make bad jokes this early. Again, because every joke I come up with is late night joke, and I can't do that all morning long.
is it a coincidence that we have a stock explorer
The
just
Stock
appear
Explorer,
when
we
we
were
just been
just-
talking about Bitcoin? My
Hey,
goodness,
we
they
got
must
Kurt
they
in the
must be
house, too,
monitoring
man.
us.
And we've
What's
got
up,
Kurt
Kurt?
in the house.
Peace and love,
Hey,
man.
and Kurt.
If you can't touch it, I don't want it. Who's he said there's just no value. There's nothing to it. It's just vapor, and which is it's like the NFTs. Those.
Oh, them, are they still going?
Well,
It depends.
it's a receipt. You're paying
Yeah.
for a receipt. That's what you're
Yeah.
doing. It's all that is a receipt. The actual value in it, it's not. I could see once the technology in VR gets to the point where you can purchase and use items. Right now in VR, you can purchase items and you have that item then. But like a car, if you can purchase a car
Physical,
using these,
a
which are
physical
the
thing.
NFTs, the
Yeah.
physical in the game, and then have the VR experience with that car, that I could see. Then the NFTs have some sort of value in this world. Otherwise, it's just another.
So
Hey,
if you spend money on an NFT card, a picture of someone, right, and that's an NFT, what can you do with it? I mean, it's
you can watch other people post that same picture that you
Yeah.
have and realize that you have nothing. Turn
Yeah.
around, try to sell it.
yeah.
The best was Jack Dorsey's first tweet. I can't remember what ungodly amount of money this guy paid to own Jack Dorsey's first tweet, and which in every article seen that someone had bought it, it
Yeah.
included an image of that first tweet.
Of
It was
that
like
first tweet, it's like that defeats the whole purpose, right? That's
I think it was a couple years later the guy went to sell it, put it up on some auction, and it was only like $200 or something someone was
Yeah.
willing to pay. It was like nobody's willing to pay any money for it. So it's just a fool and his money are soon parted.
It
And
reminds me. NFTs remind me of baseball card trading.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
it just seems there's a lot of like false.
you've got to just love the
propping
hobby
things
and
up.
not be in it for the
Yeah.
money. And this is
Yeah.
all for the money. It's all selling a bunch of.
Yeah.
To be honest,
anything
taking
can be an
advantage of
NFT,
the.
right? Anything can be an NFT, right? Anything.
I was
Anything you
thinking
can
about jumping on
digitize.
the train, because
Yeah.
this is when I was hurt, I was like, oh, maybe I just was looking at it and I was like,
Yeah. It doesn't make
you
sense. It doesn't kind of make sense financially investing
Yeah.
in something that you can't have physically, really, or you can just put it on your computer and that's it. I mean, what's the point of it?
You don't end up being the one that it's a receipt that you're paying for, and so unless there is something that it only unlocks with that receipt, it only
Right,
unlocks with
right.
something. And the technology they already showed the ability to clone an NFT record
Yeah.
into another, and it has the same item right in it. It's
Of
the same
course.
data.
I mean,
It pulls all of
good
it.
God, why would you? Yeah.
And also, if 50 people have got that same picture, and you think you're the first person to have bought it, I mean, you don't know who bought it first. Are you going to take everyone to court? I mean, it just doesn't make sense,
You
to
know,
try and chase stuff like
it
that.
almost mirrors though a lot of the and a lot of that hype. A lot of that hype
Gold Rush.
was by the same. It was put out by you had people on Jimmy Fallon. Oh, did you get your NFT? Did you get this?
Right.
And because they all had the same publicist, the same
Yeah.
manager, who had a deal to where they're marketing. Okay, we've gotten you this one. You've got this NFT. You get out there and you tell people you bought this. And I mean, it was a scam. It
Oh
really
yeah,
is.
and
There's-
some of them are getting taken to court. It's like Brady
There's-
and his wife, and
Yeah,
because they're just
yeah, yeah.
bullshitting
people going to court over this because it's robbing people. It's
Yeah.
of course isn't everything in some regard.
Well,
isn't
I
it?
mean,
But
it's
Yeah.
like the thing about. I mean, if when anytime you ask somebody about NFT, I mean, it's just like listen to Enron. So anybody that gets involved with that, it's almost like it's like flat Earth. You want to believe all this bullshit's going to work out. There's nothing you're going to be able to tell people like that. They're going to change their mind.
No,
You
that's
know?
right.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
It's their
they-
gold rush. They're get rich quick, and they got it figured out.
Yeah.
well,
Have fun.
I think a number of them did have a little bit of an awakening though with the crash, but
Oh, yeah.
but then you just build that hype and get people to we gotta keep bringing that money in, and that's what happened with the stock crash. I mean, the people that lost were the people that had their retirement in those investments. People with money didn't lose as much. You hedge your bets. You're playing
Right,
the market
right.
for those downs.
Yeah.
You're short selling and options. It's a game. It is nothing more. What was that? GameStop. I mean, it's been shown.
That was so
this is
fucking
all
funny.
just it's beautiful. It was so. Oh, we
But
can
you're
really
right.
fuck
It
with
just,
people now.
speculation. What that can do to falsely prop up a stock.
Yeah. And obviously there's some unscrupulous people that
Oh, fuck yeah.
start these things up as well, only just to take your money, right?
I remember
I-
during the .com era, dude. I mean,
Oh,
that was just
yeah, you've got to buy this domain name.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, all the bullshit that was going down in the .com.
yeah.
When Netscape went public,
Oh, Netscape.
I think it was Netscape. Just what an IPO that was. Oh my, everybody. But everybody was a millionaire that worked there at that small company overnight. They couldn't spend anything. They couldn't sell any of that because it was an IPO for a certain period of time. But but still, it was the bubble. That's what we do in this country. We inflate bubbles and watch them burst.
Well, you can watch China doing the same thing. But I remember like Cisco.
yes.
That used to be Cisco was like one of the ones with great returns and shit. Are they even still around? I've been out of
Yeah,
networking
they
so
still
long.
make routers, as you would say.
Okay.
They
Because
still
I mean,
make them.
back in the day, that was the shit. I mean, I was certified and all that, but I don't even know.
Yeah, they are still going. Yeah.
Okay.
they're still going.
Cisco's making those backbones. Cisco's we're all running on Cisco and
A lot of the servers and
a
stuff,
lot of their
Cisco,
tech and
yeah.
all that other stuff. It's no, they're there, but it's all
You
just
ready
been
for
the
a
building
geek,
to AI.
Here's a geek question. Here's a geek thing. There is no reason why we can't have gaming PCs in the cloud. In other words, I mean, we're at that point where I would just like to. Okay, this is what I want. Okay, here's your monthly fee for that.
Well, you
and-
can now. You can though. There are gaming. You can play
There-
games that are on the
Well,
cloud.
no, I'm talking about like what I have here. Like
Yeah.
it's actually a PC, but it's running in the cloud, and I'm running all my software from it, my vMix, my streaming, and when it's time to upgrade, it's just in the cloud. So I'm always got the latest and greatest, and I'm not having to fuck with the hardware.
Well, you
replacement.
can get like VPS,
fat client.
virtual
It's like
private
it's
servers,
like a
right?
fat server thin
uh,
client.
Yeah.
virtual machines and all that, virtual servers.
That's out there.
Google's got a lot of that stuff. If you go to start developing with Google and their cloud services, you can buy yourself machines out there. You can rent the time on the machines and everything
But
else, and have your have
Is
your
that like hitting
cloud.
consumer market, Wes? Where I mean, because I really do
It has
It's
think,
a bit more
man.
complicated for people who don't know how to set them up and shit like
It
that.
Okay,
would be
okay.
too complicated. It's set up for developers right now. It
Okay,
totally is
okay,
set up
yeah.
for
I'm
developers.
talking about a different animal,
No,
but
but I understand what you're saying. It's basically
yeah,
have what you've got here on the cloud. You log in, you can use it like you would like a normal
right.
computer and
Oh,
do
I
all
got a
the shit.
memory card upgrade. It's handled in the
Yeah,
cloud. You
yeah,
know,
Yep.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
just a thin client running
yeah,
locally and everything. That way
yeah.
you don't have everything. I remember those days.
Yeah.
The mainframe days.
Pole,
Well, it's
pole
just
vault
it's time
says
for me to upgrade PCs, and I'm just like, well, you know.
yeah. Well, I always say get a Mac, but we won't go there. So Pole
We
Vault says
don't
Cisco
know.
checks are still doing very well. So
Okay.
It's
moving away
it's
from that.
Monday, and I don't want to just rip you up and down for your Apple purchases, for your fucking pretentious. It's computing. It's not whatever the fuck you're doing.
Fanboy. I'm a
I
fanboy. What can I say? No.
fanboy. I figure this will make me look cool to women. I'm gonna get myself an Apple because
Yeah, but I'm
no,
not going to carry my
I'm,
computer around showing women. I mean,
I bet you bring your phone out all the time, don't you? You just got latest Apple,
yeah, but
latest iPhone is.
everyone's got iPhones now. No lady's impressed with an iPhone anymore. You know, what
If
can we
I
do?
had the bread, I
Was there a
probably, in addition to what I have, I probably would get like a MacBook Pro or something, just because of the what software is it, Andy?
OS X.
Um,
Oh, what do you mean? The operating system?
there's an industry standard software that's running on the Mac.
Photoshop. Photoshop.
No, what's
Final Cut Pro.
Final Cut Pro, just to be kind of up to speed on that. Unless, do they have a Windows? Stupid question. They have a Windows version of that?
That's a good question. I've never bothered to look.
I mean, Premiere, I'm happy with, but you know, you hear about Final Cut Pro. Have you heard that, Wes? Where Final Cut Pro?
I've heard of. That's just Final Cut Pro. Yeah, but there are more and more pieces of work, and I believe Mandalorian and some others where you had Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro is working into those environments because you can have live stream stuff going on with things like the Mandalorian, where they're using that building, that room where the whole
Yeah.
walls are all
Green
screens.
Yeah.
And so you get reflections off of that. You get that live lighting that way. And you actually had teams of people running Premiere, running Lumetri in the background, going ahead and making changes live and color grading images live
In real time.
in real time as they're performing. So you have those subtle lighting changes and things going on. I think technology is still moving forward. Premiere is
Well, Final Cut Final Cut was like the one to have, and then there was problems with rendering time, so everyone then went out back to Premiere because that had much better rendering, and then Apple improved Final Cut, and so everyone then went back to Final Cut. So I think there's a combination that different
Oh, I
companies
love
will use
Premiere,
different-
man. I mean, but
And
I don't know what
industries-
else.
well,
Yeah.
no, go ahead.
But I mean, I don't know what else is that. Is it the industry standard Premiere? I mean,
Well,
I love
both.
it,
There
you
are
know.
two, Final Cut and Premiere. Different companies use. They're
Okay.
both equally as good, but some have, one has some functions that you can't get.
Okay.
On the
I
vice versa.
believe that the phrase in this regard, industry standard, was a
Yeah.
marketing tool of Steve Jobs to just say that
Yeah.
our stuff is the best.
Yeah.
We are the industry standard. It would have been a sales, and anymore when you're looking at the amount of work being produced, wouldn't DaVinci Resolve be right up in there? Wouldn't because so many people online, so many people producing other content. If it's just industry, just SAG approved or whatever,
Right.
I don't. Everything's shifting. Everything's changing.
It is. I mean, whatever works, I guess. Whatever works for the
Yeah,
company.
that's true too. I mean, cause
And
for,
anymore,
for
it's
me,
going to be
Premiere
what
works.
AI decides. It's going to be
Yeah.
AI will put it out. Most of the editing's already done. AI's taking care of it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
most of the Pixar movies you saw were done on Final Cut. All the, Finding Nemo and all, and Toy Story and stuff like that was done on
Peace
Final
and love,
Cut.
Kurt. Peace and love. I should be keeping up more out here in the chat. I haven't. Ooh.
Manhattan Beach Studios.
Oh man, it's just fucking name dropping out here. Look at him. He's just look at me. I'm pole vault. I'm better than you. Everybody, join the club. Everybody's got me beat pole vault. Everybody's got me beat. That's the way it is. Some exciting things. Frank. Some of you may remember Frank. I had mentioned it earlier in the show, but Frank of Frank Did Rhonda fame. Who has had and still is going through. The issues only get worse for Frank as time goes on, but Frank has finally
Issues.
he finished his 30-day stint in county, and Frank is going to be returning. And anybody
First
out
class
there,
return, I think.
he's well, I don't want to, I'll let him tell his story.
Okay.
But he's Frank is going to be returning. He's going to be doing some relationship counseling shows, and so make sure that you click that notification. I'm trying to hype it, but I know what shit it's going to be, so it's hard for me to really truly hype it. But if you like bizarre comedy, it'll be something. I'm sure there'll be all sorts of weirdness around it. But if you have gone through troubled times in a relationship, if you've had bizarre situations, write in and let me know, and I'll relay your story. It'll remain nameless, but yes, if you'd like to tell a story about a horrible experience with an ex, write to richnewdesign@gmail.com. Send me the email, and we'll include your story on the show. Frank will also give you some advice as to how you might deal with that. It might not be good. It might involve paint huffing, but
Yeah,
it's
you
Frank,
take it or
so
leave it with Frank, right?
take it or leave it with Frank. Frank may return for just kind of something quick this week, but I figure next week I'm looking at Mondays at being Monday night being the relationship advice show. I don't think it has a name yet, but I'll get to it.
Is it? Are you going to be doing like? I know I said like an unboxing thing, but that would kill the myth of Frank. So, but would you be doing like a little short to introduce him back into the?
I don't
into
think
the
there's
fray?
anybody that's really buying into the Frank is not a puppet. So I think if I
Only
I
me.
can allow that mystique to pass. I'm okay with that. I don't
Okay.
care if people get that BTS look. It's I'm not selling them the illusion. They're gonna I'm just giving them the jokes. If they're laughing hard enough, they're gonna forget that it's a person there. That's
Fair enough.
during the shows. But I may do the unboxing. I don't know. If what if the quality on this thing turns out to be shit when I unbox it?
Well,
How does that
that'd
go?
be comedy gold. That would be comedy
Oh,
gold, right?
that would be even worse.
That would be funny.
I guess it would.
If it was a different color, or there was an eye
If it
missing,
were-
or an eye missing, or
already-
something. You know what I mean?
See, it's an Elmo puppet. It's an Elmo puppet, is what it is. But I use I use one of my color overlays here.
Yeah.
just like I end up doing this sort of thing. I
That's
do
right,
this to Frank, and then Frank looks blue. Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Frank.
Oh, is he
I
not
did
blue?
Rhonda.
Is he not blue in real life?
No, Elmo's red. It's Elmo from Sesame Street. It's Elmo. It's
Oh, of
Elmo.
course,
it's an
yeah,
Elmo
yeah.
doll.
Of course it is. Yeah.
So,
But just a
but
change of color can make him look.
change
not
of color
like
and a
Elmo.
little bit of a different voice.
Yeah.
Talk about huff and paint and that whore Rhonda.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you forget it's Elmo and you really start to feel for this guy.
You know
start
what
to
you
think,
should do?
"Oh,
You should make an alternative version of the Sesame Street song, or something like that. You know what I mean? No, similar or something. I don't know. It's just a suggestion.
Yeah, I am not. And this is a personal thing. There are good parodies. And I have had ideas for parodies that I like. The only one that I would head down was it was one of Eddie Van Halen's kids songs. Don't Back Down. Mammoth is the name of that he goes under and all that. But I don't do parodies because I write my own shit. And so I always feel like, well, I don't want to take someone else's song and just change it. I could write a whole comedy song on my own. So it's a personal thing. I'm not against parodies. I don't generally go in that direction. I do. There was a Don't Back Down, and because I already have the look of a Al Yankovic, what I wanted to do was I wanted it to appear as I was Al Yankovic doing a parody of this Van Halen song, Don't Back Down. It was going to be Wear That Gown. I did write lyrics to shave your legs and your pits, now they're all smooth. Do your hair, get your makeup on. It goes through all these lines and wear that gown, yeah, wear that gown. It was a big thing in the news with cross-dressing, other things along those lines. Mm-hmm. And I was going to pretend to be Al Yankovic doing this and kind of going that route. But it was so... Because there was a really neat video that was all... What's his name? Why can't I think of his name? The German name that the Van Halen kid has?
Oh,
Wolfgang. It took me... Wolfgang is...
You're muted, by the way, Will.
In the video, he plays all the parts. He's talking to himself and all that. And so it's a video where it's him as everybody having... And so I thought it would work out really good. But a lot of work involved to do it. A lot of filming to do it and everything. Yeah. And for probably not the payoff that I would hope for. Jojo Bone Show is out there.
Yeah.
Hey, Jojo, what's up, man?
He's spewing out made-up facts.
Oh, personal income.
Oh, that's personal. That's awesome. I love made-up facts are the best kind. In America, we thrive on made-up facts. If you've got an opinion you want to throw numbers behind and claim it's fact, it's what we do here. JoJo Bone Show. When is that JoJo Bone Show? That's
tomorrow.
Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern time, isn't it?
Tuesday, 3 p.m., which is 8 p.m. my time.
Nobody's asking about your time. Where it's an American show here. Nobody's.
I'll be on it. I will be on it.
American.
I'll be on it. This is an American show, right?
Sure. That's it. American. Now, JoJo Bone Show Tuesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern time, and he has a coffee show, 8 a.m. Eastern time on Thursdays. Make sure and get over there because there's people on that show that say funny things, and it's another one of those. I mean, it's probably a little dirtier than what I do. I'm a much, I don't think.
We don't think. We don't
think
before we say shit.
on
Jojo's show. Or Jojo doesn't think before he speaks, should I say?
Well, I think Jojo may be thinking a little bit too much, and those thoughts are what's causing the problem. I don't think it's. I think it's there's some disturbing thoughts behind some of the.
I'm kind of caught up in what's next with his love life. I mean,
no! I've banned that.
I'm sorry, I'm sucked in. He sucked me in.
I've banned it. I've banned it. We've decided not to go down that road anymore.
It was 75% of your show. How the fuck are you going to film the 75% you're missing?
No, the last show, actually, I distracted everyone by seeing how wonderful Britain was and how many inventions he made.
Just his messaging, normal, like off the, I'm just kind of curious what's next.
Well, it's very complicated, as you know, Will.
Yeah,
and it's become even more complicated recently, and that's all I'm going to say.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Jojo.
And it's confusing him. So we're just going to not confuse him so much. Let him make his own decisions about his love life. I think that's the best thing, right? If we give him too much advice, he gets confused and cross-eyed, and he doesn't know what to do.
Well, you don't want to do that. You don't want to get him cross-eyed. It's kind of like
I don't know why he's cross-eyed, but he might be fiddling with himself while on the screen or something. I don't know, but
all right. On that JoJo fiddling with himself note, let me get a real quick mention here. Ian's Guitar Shack, and everybody out there, not just Ian.
What's
hashtag up, awesome to drop your link. To have Nightbot drop your link. But Ian, I caught part of your live. You had a quick live and everything. I am going through personal turmoil, so I don't comment in anyone else's chat, just so problems don't arise from whoever's following me around. And But it was awesome watching you do the live there and everything, getting the keys and the beat, and it just one of the things I like about Ian, and I try to do it, and it's why I liked Van Halen a lot, and I didn't realize it till later. Ian's always fucking smiling. Ian's always up there in a good mood. Ian's having fun. He's letting you know he's having fun doing what he's doing, and that comes across and everything. That's why I really enjoy watching his stuff. Anybody that's not connected to Ian, I hope he's listening and typing #awesome and getting people to connect to him out there.
Yeah. He was on Gmail this week too.
Mike, Foxy's friends. Nothing is dirtier than diaper porn.
Hey, man.
Jojo, I love you, man. I know. I bust his balls, but he busts my balls too.
Yeah, so, I love Jojo,
man. I love him too.
He's a good dude.
Oh, did we have
love?
Dun, dun, without you. That's what we need. Let's sing some Air Supply up here this morning. Get everybody's Monday going good. We've got the JoJo bumps. That's all that. Let me go ahead and discuss what Andy Gambino needs to add to Andy Gambino's AI Creations channel.
Yeah.
I had this idea last night. You know what adds credibility to what you do, creates content that people will be interested in, that will get views. Put out videos showing people how to do what you're doing.
Ooh,
Put out instructional videos on the AI. How to get the most out of. Here's a review of this AI system. Here's the review of this AI system.
There you go.
You are doing AI content. Now, because a lot of people that aren't going to be your customers anyway are going and they're trying to use it. They'll watch your content and you'll get the views off of it because you're the one showing them how to use it. There's people that want those results but don't want to put all that time in that will pay for your services because you're the guys that know.
Again, no. The reason I'm joking, but what I'm saying is that you say to me, "Oh yeah, I've seen so many different AIs, and yours is the best." If I give away my secrets of how I've created them, then I'm not special anymore. they're not great anymore. Or people just duplicate. Right.
You'll reach more. Well, people will duplicate, and the thing is, they will whether you tell them how to or not. There are people out there that are doing tutorials on AI. I think it's a good thing for you to add that would draw people and give people another reason to come to your channel, and it makes you I'm the AI guy. I know what's going on here, and so if you want some results with stuff. Come to me. My results are better, and they will hire you.
No, you are right because that's kind of how I picked up a lot of stuff by watching all these a lot of these other channels. Right. All these other channels. That's how I kind of learned as well. But they're so professional. A lot of these shows. I mean, these guys have got thousands upon thousands of viewers and stuff. Right? They've been around.
They had to build. Somehow they got to that point.
Yeah.
He just keeps deleting himself. He just keeps deleting himself.
But you're right. I could probably do a video and recommend like 5 different AI channels. You know what I mean? And say, well, this one's good for this.
We're good.
You're all right, Will. Will, yeah.
Sorry.
I'm the one smoking. I don't know.
No. We're good.
Are you prototyping one of these cloud-based computers at the moment?
He's doing all this right now.
Yeah.
I've used those
I was
cloud-based.
trying to close out a window, and anyway, in it. So,
yeah. Tabs. It's tabs.
But I think to Wes's point, because one of I know about ChatGPT, but where people are going for video editing and just like review of the different programs out there would be interesting.
Yeah. I could do that because, like I say, there's so many different AI sites I've been to and learned a bit from each one. I could do a quite comprehensive one, I have to say.
And the key to success is a good intro video for your own show, and not a long full song. Get the 30-second, make it 30-second or less.
But Betty likes a long one because that sounds wrong. But Betty likes a long one.
I like that you said it twice. Let's say it a third time. Betty likes a long one.
Wait a minute. Does
Betty
Betty
J.
like
Gathers.
it long?
She
Is that what
That's
you're
what
saying?
I've
She
heard.
wants
That's
it
what
long?
I've heard. Betty
Okay.
likes it long.
She likes
Where's
it long.
these,
So we can kind of like
Andy's
let her
going to
know.
be persona non grata over there now. That's going to be.
No,
Betty's got a great sense of humor. She would laugh
has.
at that, and she
Yeah.
would. Say
She's
that.
awesome, man. I
Bud
think the
Files.
world of her.
Good
Yeah.
morning. Drop your links, everybody, to connect. If you're not connected to
Hey,
each
but
other,
fun.
hashtag awesome. Hope everybody's having a great day. Welcome back. Welcome back, Justine. Welcome back.
Yeah.
We're trying to talk
Justine.
Andy into doing doing some tutorials and some, but Andy doesn't want to share knowledge. Andy believes that the best way to serve
right. Andy's
other
not
people
open
is not
source.
to share knowledge.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
You know,
work
it-
well with
the
Straight
reason-
out of the Apple methodology, man. for
That's
crying
right.
out loud.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. That's the kind of
Mythology-
Apple
it's
prick
mythology.
shit I.
It's a myth. It's the mythology of it. I don't want people to understand it. But here's the thing: when you've been on YouTube for a few years and been screwed over by so many other channels stealing your ideas and shit,
Yeah.
I've got to the point now that I am a bit wary about what I tell people or how I do this or whatever.
No, I
only
get it.
because I'm not a big part of the UFO community anymore. But they were just rabidly stealing everyone else's idea because there's jack shit to talk about or make. So I started off making intros for guests, and you don't know how many other people started doing that after.
Imitation is
I mean, it's
the
great.
most sincere form of flattery.
It's great. I appreciate
Matt,
that. too.
I like to throw all my ideas out there. If somebody does it better, great. I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
It's a big world. There's
It is.
an audience out there for everybody. It's like channels that complain that they're going at the same time as me.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy. There's like 30 million
crazy.
people on YouTube streaming at the same goddamn time. Why focus on one channel, right?
And
Complaining about one channel.
concentrate on your own content. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't
If it's
worry
good
about
enough,
any
they'll
of that.
come, right?
Make your
Yeah.
exactly. If you're wanting to have more viewers,
Yeah.
do more to get yourself out there. Do more for yourself. Don't blame other channels. Don't blame other things like, oh, they stole my idea. It's America. It's
No,
America. We
I
all
know.
steal each other's, and then
I've
we
just
bitch
been a
because
bit-
China's stealing everything we do.
I'm just a bit, what's the word?
Old,
Old.
pervy.
Well, that's
Pervy.
another word. Yeah, all these words so far are accurate, but that's not the
I
word
can
I'm
keep
thinking
going
of.
if you don't spit one out. I'm gonna. I don't want to just keep making this list. It's gonna
I've
get
been,
worse.
I don't know. I've just been worn down by the bullshit. So it is what it is. I prefer to just come on shows like this and just have fun and talk nonsense.
I enjoy doing the puppet stuff, and I enjoy talking nonsense. I want to do this. I want to do this every morning.
Yeah.
At least
great.
during the week. I want to
Yeah.
do this during the week at least every morning. It's
Cool, yeah.
It gets my
Yeah.
ass up.
Yeah.
It gets my ass up. I'm up. It gives me a purpose. Gives me a reason. I don't know. It keeps me from going outside and doing anything else at the moment.
Right.
So yesterday I posted an Einstein quote. I love Einstein and his quote about weak people revenge, strong people forgive, intelligent people ignore.
Right.
And I've actually seen people come at that and wanna and you're doing right when you're arguing with Einstein. When you've got a problem along those
God.
lines, and I'm amused by it. I'm amused and saddened, but more amused because I choose to always look at the bright side of life.
Right.
I'm gonna always look on the bright side of life, and just try to get through the day better. But no, I've been ignoring the hate, just ignoring all the negativity, keeping moving forward. Frank is coming. I'm excited as fuck about that. Friday nights, Fry Rendezvous Day, is gonna be another. Well, it should be. Hey, shit could happen and it might not go down. But hey, Friday, Fry Rendezvous Day, puppets. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
It's going to be bringing back comedy. I feel great about bringing back comedy. My brother came to town yesterday, and
Oh.
I got to talk to him about it. I hadn't seen him in about a month. He's moved away, having to care for. He and his wife are caring for his wife's elderly parents as they go through a lot of issues at the end,
Oh.
and so he came down. It was nice to get to talk to him and everything. And
Oh, good. Does he have your sense of humor?
no,
Well, that's a relief.
no, oh no, he can't. He can't. He can't handle any of my shows. He can't handle any of my work.
Oh,
Uh,
well, is it shocking for him? Is it embarrassing for him? Or what?
it's shocking, and it's, why would you say that? Why would you do that? It's and I'll bring up something that Will Ferrell said in a movie, or I'll bring up something in some, Family Guy or South Park, but he doesn't like any of those things either.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
disconnect in sense of humor. And
Oh,
everything.
right. Okay.
He
Wow.
he doesn't view me as bad. It's just it's
It's just
too
not his
much.
humor. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's too.
Inappropriate.
No, Jojo. No. Hey, no, can't. I can't. It's on the charter for the channel. Do not let Jojo up on that. It just can't.
He's a
I can't, Jojo.
liability. I love him.
You're a liability. I love you, Jojo, but you're a liability. You
Yeah.
can't do it.
Oh,
And
man. That's
and I,
it's
that's a
everyone's
sad thing.
loss. It's his
It's
everyone's loss that he's not on here on screen right now. But I think for
No,
Wes's,
I'll argue. I'll argue that. I'll argue against that. I'll take the opposite side of that. Go ahead and make a couple points. You make your case here for the affirmative as to why it's everyone's loss that JoJo's not up here.
well, because he's lovely and cuddly. How's that?
No,
That's what I'm saying.
JoJo's going to bring that creepy vibe.
Yeah.
JoJo and now he limits it on his own channel. So
Well,
everybody, I do want you
kind
going
of
over to.
limit it on his channel.
Well, you try to, yeah.
Yeah,
but
I try.
No, he's going to show up here, and he's a loose cannon. I can't. I'm already barely hanging on here as it is, JoJo. I can't have loose cannons on it. And I know you get off on it. I know you're not wearing pants, and you're like, let's see how bad I can be today. And it's just you're this Dennis the Menace looking to cause problems. I can get thrown off it. Who cares if I get thrown off of someone else's channel?
Yeah, he
It's
doesn't
just-
care about what
Hang on,
what
I'm
impact he
about
has
to
on
get
other
there.
people's channels,
Yes.
right? That's the thing.
That's-
Doesn't think about the consequences for other
if
people.
that's your hobby, if that's your thing, that's good. Hey, do whatever you can to but no, I can't do it here. I just, it's the way it is. It's
Yeah,
just
I mean,
the way it is.
Wes won't even let me play a video. On this
He
thing.
tried
I tried to
exactly. He
get
went
him
to
play this.
he puts a link in private chat, and I was like, I ain't
Fuck
playing
you.
that. I'm
Yeah,
not
fuck
playing
you.
any of this other shit. You dropped it. I let you.
Yeah,
Pole vault.
you
I
let
think
me at
pole
least
vault
drop it.
has that. Yes, my family believes everything. Everything is wrong. I charge money for that, JoJo, because I'm poor. I mean, I wouldn't even consider it if it weren't for a poverty thing. But you do what you have to do to get by. You let me know when you need those kisses, and
Ooh,
you'll have to pay my airfare and everything else.
shit. Yeah, I don't know about that. I really don't.
But I'm worth it. That's all I'm saying. I'm worth it. My
It
rates.
would, be, it would be your first gigolo gig.
In this century, yes, it
Yeah.
would.
Yeah.
As a 21-year-old down in Florida, Naples
Oh.
Beach,
Yeah.
it wasn't an arranged. It was just women like to give me nice things, and maybe
Older women, right?
I was gonna say maybe they're in their 60s.
Yeah. Yeah.
They like to
Oh.
give me nice things, and I'm a lover. I'm a giver. I'm a lover. It's what I do.
Yeah.
But no, I find I'm not as appealing here in my older age, and I don't have the same pull. And I don't know if it's because I'm using technology to try to reach my audience. Maybe I should go to the Penny Saver and put the Gigolo ad in the Penny Saver or something. One of the local something that gets printed up. 'Cause
It's working for JoJo though. It's working for
I'm
JoJo.
not. It really is JoJo getting a lot of
No,
action. Is he?
you're working for him. You know what?
But clearly, this is not what I'm just. I'll take any job. This is not what I'm looking for. I'm not marketing. Any day I can, walk down the right road or go to a park and make some money, in a dress.
Hang around the corner.
If I were heading down that path, but no, that's not my target. It's just I'm a little short on cash now. That's why I'm entertaining the idea of.
Well, I understand.
And I could use a change of scenery. Going through some shame for a weekend. If it were in another town, it'd be a change of scenery. I'd get to go through an airport. I get to travel. I haven't traveled in forever, so there'd be benefits to it. I'd probably, I'd eat at a restaurant that I'd want to go to a local place.
You'd
not
have
a
to
chain.
take him.
Just,
Jojo, you'd have to
have
take. You'd have to actually wine and dine him first.
No, I don't want to. I don't.
Oh.
No, I'm not going to mix that with food. I'm not going to try to keep food down around JoJo. That's. I gotta be able to eat. I gotta be able to eat, man. That was no tongue. No, tongue is what I bring. Tongue is that's my selling feature. That's my selling feature. My tongue does not get tired. That's like one of the bullet points.
You can get around any orifice with that tongue. I'm telling you.
Any orifice, and I often do. Warm, strong adventures. Hey, peace and love out there enjoying the cruising life. It's a different type of cruise going on in here today. JoJo's cruising for tail out here. He's loving it. Somebody else take the reins for a minute. I can't make any more debauchery jokes right now.
No, well, JoJo is great company, generally backstage rather than live, but backstage we can have amazing conversations, really great. But
backstage he's trying. He's not being. I think he is doing a great job with the persona that he is trying to portray. I think he's nailing it. I think he is nailing his live persona.
His character. Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. But JoJo's very different when you're backstage than he is front stage.
That I can see. And no, so here, I can't. I'm already taking a chance having you on here, Andy.
I know. Well, the trouble is, if you're associated with JoJo, people are a bit wary about inviting me onto shows because they think it kind of rubs off on me and stuff. But I'm the one that's trying to keep him in check.
You're the one rubbing off. That's what I hear.
I'm generally rubbing off whenever.
I'm a fan. I think if he would perform music more on
I want him to get his studio up and running.
This Ukraine thing, he wouldn't even need it. He'd be beating. I'm serious. He'd be beating women off by a stick.
He's got great. Well, at least he'd be beating off something. But here's the thing: he'll be playing. He's a great keyboard player, and he's got his mixing desk. He's got everything he needs. He just needs to do it, and I keep asking him to do it, and I'll get around to it. But one day, I'm hoping he will dust off the keys, sit down, and start playing. Because I've said Camp G-May could go and surely do that as well. So there's lots of opportunities.
He's good. He's got a good look. He'd be laying pipe, man.
JoJo,
you'd lay all kinds of pipe.
We encourage here at Coffee with Wes. We want everybody. We want everybody out there who wants to lay pipe to be able to lay pipe. And we think that even JoJo is going to be out there laying pipe. Music will do it, man. Music, women love music. Women love music.
They do.
Men love music. Whatever floats your boat, whatever direction you're going in. But no, I like how you guys, I kind of went quiet, and you both kept with the masturbation jokes along with it.
Thank you.
It was beautiful. It was like I can count on these guys. This is really good.
When it comes to
I watched JoJo's, and especially because you're on there, Andy, and everything. I want to show support and everything, but I don't chat anymore.
We understand that. We understand.
I don't want to create problems for other people, so I stay quiet, but I make sure I go over and give the like and all that. And you do have some interesting conversations over there, and he's much better. He's much better on his own show, and maybe it's because you're keeping him in line and all that, but he does a much better job. You can see how lax and how I can do whatever I want. I'm on someone else's stream.
Yeah.
He is
He doesn't
when
say
he goes on other people's shows. He's just ready to do whatever.
He has this kind of shock. He wants to shock you as quickly as possible.
And he does. Ian, have a good one. He does a great job with it. But that's everybody again. And JoJo, drop hashtag awesome. Hashtag awesome. Or Andy's got a wrench. Andy can drop it.
I'll do it for him. He won't get around to doing that. But
you don't think he can spell awesome, and he's going to embarrass himself out here. Is that it?
That's kind of it.
The thing.
I didn't want to
That's
mention
the
it,
thing.
but you did. No worries.
Right. Yeah, find it and drop it. JoJo has a show on Tuesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, as well as a morning show on Thursdays, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. It's just a good time. It's adult humor. It's very similar to what you have here, only there's a lot more graphics and a lot more other stuff that gets brought up. It's almost like they try. It's almost like they're putting together. There's
effort going on.
There's effort. This was my literal first cup of coffee of the day. I turned this machine on, scheduled this thing, and took the dog out to shit, and then came back in and did this. That's the amount of effort.
And we're kind of following the same form as you, because we don't have any plans, of what the show's going to be. We might make a thumbnail that might represent something, but has nothing to do with the show generally. We just don't. We don't have any plans.
But JoJo's explored like loofahs.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there
have been topics you guys read and bring things up, and then you have graphics and stories that you.
Andy ties it all in, man.
I know.
Yeah,
it really feels like there's a lot of effort going in, and it's fine for you. It's not what I do here. It's fine for you. It goes against my slacker mode. Hey, have you thought about doing nothing? I love that.
There you go.
Slacker.
Embrace it. Yeah.
Embrace your inner slacker. And everybody, I want to make sure you gotta check out the work at the Art of Floundering podcast if you're not already connected. There is such beautiful work going on over there.
Absolutely.
I was going to mention JoJo's radio show. I know about the one on Friday. It's actually I forgot that network, Wes, but it's out of Texas. It's like this independent music thing. It's actually really cool. If he could put it in there, but he does a radio show like after the 420 show.
Yeah, I did it once or twice. It's like 4 a.m. my time.
It's tough.
And I did do it, but the first time he didn't tell us that the first half hour was just all bloody music. So I was half asleep even before, the show. We could actually get to talk. There's a lot of music involved. The good thing is we can request. We say like play this or play that, and you can play anything you want, which is great. You'll play anything. Yeah.
Saddest statement I've read all day. Andy is the brains of the JoJo Bo. Fuck. Oh. We're hyping.
This is why you want AI to take over, right?
This is why AI needs to take over. That's it. And Andy is a liaison to AI. I'm
part AI these days, anyway.
I like that you are making friends with it and doing good work with it, moving it forward and everything. Because I'm a believer in it. Everybody, this is the link to the Art of Floundering podcast.
Friends with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you want to do.
You're not threatening it. You're being nice.
I think one of Will's puppets has probably got more brains than the combined JoJo Bone show.
Oh, geez.
Rabbit, peace and love.
Coffee,
good morning.
Coffee, weed, coffee, edibles, coffee. I agree.
Well, it's been a lot of coffee. So far, I've only had the one cup. So far. And we've been going for an hour and a half. I should have made more coffee. And I've only had the one pinner. So, I'm beginning. Pole vault. You know, catch you later, Polvald. I hope everything is going great in your life. We're probably, is everybody good with us just wrapping this thing?
Yeah,
Since
hour
we've
and a
gone
half
about an
seems
hour
to
and a
be
half.
about right. Yeah, hour and a
Yeah.
half
We've-
always seems to be about
Yeah.
right.
We've gone long enough. Everybody, I want everybody getting connected. Drop your link too, please, Andy, if you would. I want everybody getting connected to Andy Gambino, doing great work out there with AI. If you want the best when it comes to thumbnails, music, scoring, different things, he utilizes the tools like nobody else I've seen. And while you're out there, leave a comment that say, hey, it'd be great if you started doing tutorials. Let him know that it's the way to go, because I'm going to bother him about it for quite some time to come.
I know you are.
Here is his link. It has dropped out here. Oh, I really got to update the way Nightbot drops those
Pinterest
links.
probably
Yeah,
stupid.
that looks shit. But
It
anyway,
just
no
looks-
worries.
It'll get there. It'll get there for you.
I'll do it the old-fashioned way, which is just post without the bloody awesome thing. All right, hang on a second. I'll find
Yeah,
it.
just post it normal. Post it. Why did you do that? You just
I was being
should've done
lazy. What can I say?
You can check out Andy's channel. Check out his work. He ends up going live and rebroadcasting the shows that he's on. He's over there at the JoJo Bone Show, Tuesdays 3 p.m., Thursday mornings at 8 a.m. He's also over at Guerrilla Gamers on sometimes at the is it the Friday the 420 show. He's
Yeah.
all over the place. So get connected to him. Get connected to the Art of Floundering. He's got the series going right now. Tuesday nights is when they drop new episodes. If you want to watch the Alex Jones tale, you want to watch part 1 and 2 because you're not going to know what the fuck is going on when it gets to the diaper porn that's going to be coming. So get over, get connected,
That's right.
watch
That's right.
watch part 1 and part 2 to see little Alex and see those formative years. See how he got to where he is. See how he just wanted to bring the truth. He just wanted to bring the truth. And stay connected to them. We're going to be doing this again tomorrow morning. We're going to keep doing this coffee thing through the week. There are going to be comedy shows coming. Frank of Frank Does Rhonda just got out. He's going to be showing up. He's going to be doing a show at some point in time. Friday, Fry Rendezvous Day. Steve and Azura, the aliens. We got it all here. If there's anything you think we need to add, just fucking write to us and let us know. Otherwise, everybody have yourself a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Let's get this week started great. Love you all. Spread that positivity. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love.